What's going on? Travis here. Another episode of Forged Father FM. In this episode, I'm going to be talking all about the victim mindset versus the victor mindset, and how oftentimes as fathers, as husbands, as men, we find ourselves in this victim state of mind, which it wrecks everything in life. I'm going to go into that and how you can fix it. But before any of that, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Travis Stessel. I'm the creator of the Forged Father, where we build uncommon men. Men who are lean, jacked, strong, energized, but they're showing up as better husbands. They're showing up as better fathers, better men of faith. They're filling up all the buckets in life. And it starts with releasing this victim mindset. And I found myself falling into this bitch victim mindset just last night. Or I should say early this morning at 3:45 a.m. this morning, I found myself falling into this victim mindset, and I had to slap myself out of it. And it all started on Sunday night. One of our daughters had gotten sick. And so it was like 11:45. She had thrown up all over in her bed. So I'm up cleaning that up, taking care of her. And we got 5 kids. So if one kid wakes up, multiple kids are going to wake up. And so my wife and I, we're just like on split duty. We got our son who's 19 months. He's waking up. So it's just all hands on deck, taking care of things. And so 11:45, we're up. We get the kids back in bed. 12:45, back up again. 1:30, 2:45. It was pretty much every hour on the hour. That was Sunday night. It was hard waking up Monday, but I still woke up Monday, got my AM routine done. Monday was great. My wife and I were like, oh, everybody's good. Nobody's sick. Nobody's feeling off. But then it hit again Monday night around the same time, 11:45. And then it was every hour on the hour again. And so this morning at 3:45, I knew my wake up time was steadily approaching fast. I was tired, exhausted, fatigued. I've had a full day today. And I found myself in this little victim mindset, feeling sorry for myself. I'm tired. I got to wake up. I want to sleep. I got to do this. I got to do that. Just bitch victim in this low level state. And so I caught myself in that moment. And I had to have a little conversation with myself. And you see, this is a skill set. Being able to catch yourself in the moment when you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're taking this victim role. It's like everything's against me, nothing's fair. Here's the thing is when you start playing victim, you release ownership. You give it away. And so whatever situation you're dealing with, whatever your circumstance is, you're already putting yourself at the losing end of that. When you pull yourself out of it and you start to take ownership, because ownership is a requirement for you to fucking win in whatever area of life you're looking at here. But if you want to win, you must take ownership. Assume the role of a victor. Somebody who's going to conquer and overcome his circumstances. He's going to conquer and overcome the situation. He is solution focused. Victims, they focus in on the problem. They focus in on what it is they can't do. They focus in on how life isn't fair. And they focus in on everything else outside of them but themselves because they release ownership. And so it's interesting because I'll have conversations with fellow dads, and I've got a couple of dads that are going through some pretty harsh times right now in the program. And I got to help them snap themselves out of this victim state of mind. It's like this happened, so I have to quit. And so I was having a conversation with one of my dads, and he got injured his back. Freak accident. He's had a bad back for years. Bulging disc. They flared back up, and so he's injured. He's a month into the program. He's like, Travis, I got to quit the program. I said, hold up. We're not quitting anything. Because when you quit, you learn jack shit. When you quit, it's because you've taken on the role of being a victim. And that's exactly what he was doing. He could not see past his situation. My back's all jacked up. I can't do this. I can't do that. I knew this was going to happen. All of these bullshit, limiting belief stories that has put him in the position that he is in today. Marriage is rocky, not there for his kids, 70 pounds overweight. No wonder this individual has a bad back. It's been an ongoing cycle for years. And that's the crutch that he leans on. That's the story. I'm a victim because I got a bad back. Well, it's not just about fitness. For this individual, he could start losing weight by simply dialing in on his nutrition, which is something that he's constantly struggled with because of these stories of how he's limited, how he can't get things under control. He's too busy. He's too this victim bitch mindset. And so I had to slap this individual around a little bit with a little hard truth, tough love for him to fully understand it. He's like, you know what, Travis? It's finally clicked for me. You're right. I've been releasing this ownership. I've been putting it off on all these other things, and I really do have control. Even in this situation where I can't lift weights the way I want, I can't train the way I want, I got to be careful with how I move. Okay, we're going to navigate and conquer and overcome that. We need to take care of the key things that you have control over. Nutrition, alcohol. For this individual, he likes to drink alcohol. Well, when you're 70 pounds overweight, low on energy, low on sex drive, health is not the best. Alcohol is not going to help you. Alcohol is not going to eliminate your stress. It's only going to add to it. All leads back to this victim mindset, this victim role that we take, that we put ourselves in when things don't go our way, that pull us deeper into this pit. And so it's a skill set, like I mentioned. When you find yourself in challenging situations, the way to get yourself out of it is, number one, you need to be aware. You need to be awake. You need to have your eyes open. Okay, I'm being tested right now. I'm being challenged right now. How am I going to respond? Am I going to be a bitch victim, like most men are? Or am I going to choose to be a victor? Am I going to come up with a solution to navigate and conquer and overcome what I'm currently going through? That's number one. Being awake and knowing when you're in that situation so you can snap yourself out of this negative mindset of being a victim. Number two, it's looking at what you can control. Don't focus in on what you can't control. That's going to stress you out even more. It's going to pull you into that pit. Focus in on what you do have control over. And then double down on those things. And then make a decision to go all fucking in. Action. Action. What is it that you can control? And then what can you take action on right now? That's the simple answer. Obviously, with that, you need to have intentional, focused plans. You need to have a strategy, tactics to back it up, but you need to be committed for the long haul. That's how you change. That's how you transform. Because once you get on track, guess what's going to happen? You're going to run into barriers again. You're going to get knocked off the path again. And if you're not awake, if you're not paying attention, you'll let yourself slip back into that victim state of mind. So it's a constant game of like tug of war. Victim, victor, victim, victor. It's just when you start to fall into the victim state of mind, you pull yourself out of it very, very quick. And that's where I've gotten myself to. That's where I get my men to. It's tough in the beginning, especially when things don't go your way. But what's the alternative? Be a bitch victim your whole life and let yourself just live in this pit, or dig yourself out of it. What would it be? If this is something that you know you need help with, and you're ready to get support, you're ready to surround yourself around other men that are not only going to support you, but they're going to call your ass out. When you're being a bitch little victim, they're going to call your ass out. Why? Because they're being victors. And they're fighting the same fight that you're fighting. So if you're ready to get the support, become a part of a brotherhood of men who are living by a code that's backed by truth, go below this video, click that link, and take the next steps to become an uncommon man who is no longer a victim, but is just a straight up victor.